welcome back to the Jack and Glenn channel. I'm Jackie.
I'm her husband, Glenn.
He's my husband, Glenn. And we're back again. Married at First Sight, Season 10.
Episode 6.
Episode 6. Review.
Wow, where do we start off on this one? We start off, the couples are still on their honeymoon. They're coming out to the closing days of their honeymoon, and they have a trip set up for today. You know, where all the couples are supposed to get together. They go on the catamaran, and they're supposed to go into a little private island and hang out. We saw this happen in season 9 last year, where all the couples got together and they went to a little private island. And so we find the couples here, and then we started to notice that as the show opened up, they show all the couples waking up.
Yes.
They show all the couples in bed together waking up. Then it gets to Michael and Mika, which we already know is separated, and then it goes to Suite 2. I think it's like Suite 215 and 50 and room 503. So they're like separated by 3 floors. They're not even down the hall. They're both in suites, and they're in this big room, and they got a split screen, and it shows 250. And I thought that was hilarious because everybody, couples, you know, they snuggled up, they're waking up, they're relaxing, and you see these two dudes, girls and girl and guy, man, just waking up in 2 separate rooms. I'm like, come on, can y'all get it together? And it's day 5 of the honeymoon, right? It's day 5. Well, day 5 of their marriage. I'm like, y'all been mad at each other for 2 days and haven't talked, and y'all still haven't gotten into the same room. Like, get it together.
Yeah, I was like, this is funny to me because they got Katie and Derek, and they're waking up talking about him snoring, and I might have to get that mouth guard like your sister said. Mm-hmm. He said he slept like a rock. She's like, but I didn't hear you snoring, but we'll see from this point on. Right. And then you hear Taylor and Brandon, you know, they're waking up, and Jessica and Austin.
And Jessica and Austin, and we found out that they actually did have sex.
Yeah, they did.
And Jessica said it was great.
Yeah, she says, I'm happy about how things are going.
How things are going.
She says, I'm happy about how things are going. And, of course, we know Austin doesn't kiss and tell.
Doesn't kiss and tell.
Yeah, a little bit later on, you know, we talk about, you know, he talks about it with the guys. He's not directly, but anyway, so yeah. And then, like we said, split screen, Mika Michael. I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. But anyway, so they're going on this boat trip, and as the you know, we forgot about Zach and Mindy.
Yeah, Zach and Mindy, they woke up
because they woke up talking about how they slept, and she talked about how she had taken a shower already. Let's not forget this. Yeah. She woke up talking about how she had taken a shower. She likes steaming hot showers, blazing hot showers. Hot. You know, to the point where she's red, and you know, I'm not so red anymore. I kind of cooled off. And he was like, not me. I like taking cold showers, and you know, kind of wake me up in the morning, because he gets up at 4:30. I need something to wake me up in the morning. And then he says to her, did you take a shower this morning?
I was like, yo, dude, y'all just had a conversation. You don't forget that he is totally not into her, whatever. He's making conversation, just make conversation.
She literally put a period on her sentence. Not 10 minutes later. Literally, after the period on her sentence, he says, you took a shower this morning? She's like, okay, never mind.
It's funny because he's talking, like I said, again, just be talking, but he's not paying any attention to what she is saying whatsoever. He is worried about getting himself together in the mirror. He's worried about, if you saw him, he had the towel up, towel down, looking down. He was so worried about himself that he didn't even pay attention to her. And I was like, she's good. Because I know the person I'm married to would have been like, hold on for a minute. Like, what? Didn't I just say that? Who's in the world? So it's like, at least have the dignity to say, you know, we're having a conversation and remember what we're talking about. It's like you said, it's not like it's 10 minutes. It was like literally 10 seconds.
Yes.
We had this minute and a half conversation about showers, and I'm telling you, and then you're gonna ask me about a shower. Now, mind you, this is not the first time we talk about showers, because he didn't like her taking showers. She had to take a shower at night before she go to bed, because he don't like laying beside oily people.
Right, and she said she didn't feel like doing it that night.
Yeah, so they talked about showers more than they talked about the fact that he's not attracted to her.
Well, more than he has.
More than he has.
So vague.
Yeah, he's so vague.
But she makes a point to say, you know, we're going on this boat, and I'm wearing your favorite color. I'm wearing green. We see later they both have green on. Okay. Yeah. And so they go to the boat. And it is super obvious as they're getting there. I was like, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Micah and Mika and Michael, they're not even going on the boat trip.
I agree with this.
Well, at first we don't know why.
Yeah.
Because all the couples are getting on the boat and they notice that they're not there, wonder where they are, and then they let us know where they went. But at first I was like, wait, they didn't go? Oh man, really? So it was nice that the follow-up was that.
Yeah, they was able to spend time together and communicate and just get to them. You know, with Mika going on this trip with these 4 couples, everybody seemed like they're doing well. Even Mindy and Zach, you can't really tell what's actually going on with them. So you know they're not arguing, they're not fighting, they're not cussing each other. They're not meshing. She's not sitting there mad. So with Mika to be around these other 4 couples and their stuff is going good, it would have done more harm for her relationship with Michael than anything. So I think this was the best thing they could have did. Will go on their own, have a conversation, enjoy their honeymoon. Because they both said in their little vignettes or their little story, their confessionals, that they didn't enjoy. They didn't picture their honeymoon to be like this. They didn't picture their honeymoon for them to be in separate rooms and anything of that nature. They expected them to be together and hanging out and enjoying Panama. You're in this place that you're not paying for. Enjoy it. So I'm glad they got together and they listening, but I just think it took too long.
Yeah.
They wasted some days over nonsense. Resolve the issue. Keep it moving. If this it wasn't that serious that you had to separate. He ain't beat you. He ain't put hands on you. Yeah, you
didn't cuss her
out. And y'all both in suites. Dude, I sleep in bed, you sleep on the couch, and we saw later she put the fort up. You know, we'll get to that later.
Yeah, but
he could have stayed in the suite and we could have been dialoguing and talking about this thing the whole time.
Yeah, because before they actually go on their trip, like I said, they're out on a boat trip, and so they go to the scene of Mika sitting in her suite contemplating, you know, everything's not going good. I wish my honeymoon wasn't like this. And he's in his suite talking about the same thing.
Yeah.
But they're not talking to each other. So, you know, it made sense to us that if I'm feeling this way in my suite and you're feeling that way in your suite, and we were like on the edge of our seats. Oh, one of them's going to call the other one. They're going to talk to each other. And they never did. I mean, they obviously ended up talking, or else they wouldn't have ended up on their own excursion. But I was like, this is stupid. Y'all both in the suites feeling the same way, and nobody's talking to each other. You picking through your breakfast, Mika. You know, oh my gosh, I just
talk to the dude, Michael. Talk, be a man. You know what? I was wrong. I didn't mean it that way. I apologize, and I know he said that to her. Like, can we move on with our honeymoon? Can we move on with our marriage? She still felt some type of way that he wasn't wearing a ring. Which I'm like, okay, if you feel that type of way about him not wearing his ring, why did you agree to take yours off too?
Right.
In front of him. Don't be so contradiction of him that he took his ring off. But you said, okay, I agree, let's take our ring. So at that point, to me, when you agree, yo, let's slide.
Right.
You should be constantly bringing that up. And so, you know, that's my thing with Mika. You know, I'm glad they went on. They found out, you know, she doesn't like to do anything of interest. I mean, even when it came to the snow cone, I'm gonna stick to what I know. I'm not doing anything extra. You know, she's just a straight lace. This is Mika's world, Mika's way, and I want it to be this way. And this is how I pictured it. I want you to be here. You know, back to the couples. I understand. Nobody wants to see when you're going out with couples, and we've been out with couples where we know their relationship wasn't going good, and we've been there, and it's awkward.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's very awkward, and you don't want that awkward moment. So them going out on a relationship or going out on an excursion by themselves, getting to know each other, I saw progress.
Yeah, and they looked like they had a good time. They enjoyed each other's company. Mika got more about Michael. He talked about how he deals with special needs kids, how that's helped him develop patience. He wants to apply that to his relationship, and all about why he got into education. If I never saw myself in education, but I realized if it wasn't for such and such teacher, if it wasn't for such and such teacher, I wouldn't be where I am. And so we got to see a lot more of Michael. I don't feel like we didn't hear a whole. I'm sure they talked, but we didn't hear a whole lot of what Mika had to say about Mika herself to talk to Michael. But it was good to see him share that, and she looked like she was really soaking it up and really listening. And she acknowledged that, you know, in this thing, I realized I need to get over my own bull crap.
Yeah.
She said I need to get over my own BS. I think she kind of said it without saying it. I'm making this bigger than it is.
She's carrying a lot of baggage.
Yeah.
I mean, she's carrying a lot of baggage. Michael has his own things baggage too. I think we talked about it last night. I talked about when we watched it, was that how much of this is because Michael has never seen any married couples interact. The reason they have not talked to each other, because they never seen married couples interact, and they have this appearance or this thought in their head of what married couples should do and be like.
Right.
And it goes back to what we talked about in the first video we did. Sometimes seeing or being around successful marriages will help your marriage be successful.
Yes.
Being around marriages, see how people communicate and interact will help your marriage grow. Being around dysfunctional marriage and see how people deal with it will get you to the point where you can be dysfunctional. He has no point of reference, except for what he may have seen on TV or whatever case, but to actually see it and see how people deal with arguments and handle situations and telling you, hey, you know, Michael, hey, look, man, your wife may be upset, but give her a minute, go talk to her and deal with the situation now. Let's not argue. Let's have this. And now he's opening up, realize, you know what, we should have communicated a little bit earlier, and we might have enjoyed the honeymoon a little bit more. We see them later on. They actually spend the night together.
Yeah. And Mika was so obvious. Okay, first of all, it's a robe in there. You got to go put the robe on. Right. And Michael was like, I'm the type of person when it comes to sleep attire, clothing is optional.
Yeah.
That's what he said. Now, I don't know if she knew that, but she was like, get the robe. He was like, where's the robe? Got to find the robe. And I thought that was odd. I was like, you making that man go to sleep in a robe?
Because, again, I didn't think it was odd. I thought it was like, okay, we have missed 3 or 4 days of our honeymoon. Let's do, this is Mika's world. This is my picture of what I expect on our honeymoon. My husband and me laying in the bed in a robe. Now, mind you, she went to the border because
she said, "I'm gonna put this pillow right."
But she wanted him to have the robe on because it gives her a sense of, this is what I expect on my honeymoon. Not make it right, wrong, and different, but this is what she expected. Now, Michael is good because let's backtrack again. Because when they was on their little dinner excursion, they talked about kids. They talked about things they like in the house, and Mika ran through a whole list. But Michael can't even breathe in his house without Mika doing whatever. She like, yo, I need somebody who's neat. She didn't even know if he's neat or not. Y'all have never lived. You ain't even spent a room. If you would spend time in the hotel room, you can kind of judge if he's neat. The way that he carried his bag.
Not even that. Besides being in the hotel room, how about ask? Yeah. We've seen it previously. You know where the couples were like, "What's your house like? You know, are you neat? Do you keep? You know." How do you do your house? She didn't even ask. She just said, "I'm a neat person. I'm not gonna be cleaning up behind you. I think you should clean up each other's stuff. You know, you clean up our individual stuff. Make sure you clean up behind yourself without asking. Do you clean up behind yourself?
She said,
what's your typical way you handle your household?" She was like, I don't be getting up in the morning, turning the lights on, and waking me up. I think you could tiptoe around. You could dress in the dark. And he's like looking like, wow.
Like, he's like, dog, I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to argue because the day has been going good. Everything's been going well. I'm not going to say a word because I'm not going to mess this moment up. Right? But like, yo, what you expect a man to do? I'm roll. I got a commando out of bed. Go to the pee in the dark. Then you mad because I missed a seat. And not wake you up. Go downstairs. Dude, you want to do? She wants a lot. Oh, and then I want you to sleep. He's tossing and turning all night because he can't have but so much of the bed.
She got two. Did she say 2/3 or 3/4? She got most of the bed. She told him straight up, "I'm gonna have most of the bed." And we watched some of couples couch too. Like Christine thought that was the funniest thing. She was like, "You don't tell them.
You just take it.
It just happens. Just let them figure it out." But to tell them up front, I'm not gonna give you so much bed. Dang.
I don't know what Married at First Sight budget is, but I'm reckon when they move into a house or apartment, they're not gonna have a king size bed. So that means dudes sleeping on the floor. Because
they're not gonna have a twin bed.
But they might have a queen, but I doubt they have a king.
A queen is big enough.
So he has this much of bed. I'm just saying. So you already because the bed at the hotel they're at is king size.
Right.
So she can put a fort there. You can't put the fort in that little queen size bed that they might offer you, or you take your bed from your house or whatever the case may be. It was just ridiculous, but it was funny. It was good to see that they. I don't know if she was joking or she was serious or semi-joking. Whatever case may be.
I would love to think she's joking a little bit.
I think she was a little serious. A little bit. So it's good to see. It's good to see them interacting. That this is the episode they didn't fight and they're not mad at each other.
And she said this is the first time during this whole time, which I find that hard to believe. But she said, this is the first time I actually feel comfortable with my husband. I doubt this. I just can't believe she didn't feel comfortable on the honeymoon. I mean, the wedding night.
Yeah.
Because she looked comfortable. Well, you know, not super comfortable, but she looked okay. I feel like the uncomfortability didn't come till the plane ride to the Panama.
And
to Panama.
Give my man a break. Look, he made a mistake. Cut him some slack.
Yeah.
He made a mistake. First night of honeymoon, he made a mistake. He reworded it. He said something, ultimatum, blah, blah. Fix it. Hey, move on. Y'all got 7 more weeks. Don't let this, again, destroy your 7 weeks. That's all my thing is on that. Yo,
yeah.
Okay, he messed up. Y'all's upset. You upset. Cool. Get over it. Enjoy Panama.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was a lot for Mika and Michael. Yeah. I'm hoping they can rebound, but we'll see. We'll see. I think they're on a good path based on, you know, what just happened. So we're done with Michael and Mika.
I'll come back to Michael a little bit later in this situation, but we gotta get to, when we get to Brandon, we'll come back to Michael.
Oh yeah. We're gonna touch on that. Yeah. All right. So where we going? Jessica and Austin.
Ain't much to say. The producers.
I'm telling you, they like Bobby and Danielle from the previous season. They smooth sailing.
That was kind of boring. It's almost
which is terrible because it's like you want drama. It has to be drama on reality TV. If it's a couple with no drama, it's boring.
Not really, but they match each other now. As of right now, until they get back home. We thought it was gonna be something with the religion thing, but they come out. They both do the same thing. They grew up in church. They don't go to church. They would like to have their children in church, and maybe they can get back into church later. Both of them are Catholic, I believe. So I don't
think he said that. She definitely did.
Yeah, she definitely said she was Catholic. So it works out for them, and we know that religion could be a big issue in marriage. But I just felt that even when I saw the previews, I'm like, nah, this is not a problem, because I think the experts at least do enough to put people of the same religion together. Or mindset. A mindset of religion together. So I figure they do a good job on that. So I didn't think that was going to be a big major blow up for them. But like I said, Austin and Jessica right now, if we picking couples, they're doing the best.
Yeah, I like that they talked about, again, getting into knowing each other. They talked about their likes and dislikes. They talked about whether they get a dog or not. And they both have never lived with a significant other. So it's this is fresh for them. It's fresh, and they'll have to get to know each other. Which a lot. I know times have changed, but that's what married couples used to be. They didn't live with anybody before they got married, and so you had to learn somebody once you got in the house. So it's like they're kind of doing it a traditional way, with the untraditional arranged marriage. But
and what was good about them, they're having that conversation piece about that. They talking about, okay, should we get a dog now? Now let's wait a couple of months before we get a dog, because I haven't lived with anybody, you haven't lived with anybody. Let's throw us together and learn our own routines and work with each other before we put anything else into the mix. Which is smart. You got to learn what time you get to go to work. Where do you go to work at? What time do you get off? We got to film, in this case, production wise. We got to do all these things. We got to manage family. We got to go. So it's a whole bunch of dynamic to come and throw something into the mix, especially if you're not used to that. And so that's where I like Austin and Jessica. Right now, they're doing well. And I said again, they're doing well, no major issues. They're looking at the other couples like, man, what's wrong? Basically, in their mind, I know what I would be doing. In my mind, like, man, what's wrong with them, dog? You know, what's wrong with them? We know Austin said he doesn't like kiss and tell, but he did kind of tell the guys when they got together that everything was going well and he has no complaints. Yeah, he did. So which let everybody know, like, yo, dog, you getting some. Yeah, Yeah, and Jessica said it straight up. Jessica said it straight up. Yeah, Jessica told him straight up. So, nothing else with Jessica and Austin. That's smooth sailing. I think it'd have to be something like really off the rails to knock them out. I do say they're going to have some issues when they get back home. I think because just by the dynamic of living with somebody different, you're going to have some things you bump your head. Nothing major. We know Greg and Deanna really didn't have anything major from last year. I don't see them having any big blow-ups, but I see them have some type of disagreement. Right. All right, and so we're on to Katie and Derek. Katie and Derek, my second favorite, as of right now, second favorite couple. They're doing well with each other. They're enjoying each other's company. Derek seemed like he's like so down to earth. Yes. And he's really attentive. For a guy who's never been in love, he's very attentive to Katie's needs. He's meeting her needs emotionally, physically. So he's there, and he sees through some of the BS from some of the other guys. I picked that up as he was sitting there, like even when Zach was talking about the things about not being attracted to men. You're like, man, come on, dog. You're not attracted to her, or
right?
Like, get yourself together. So Zach seemed like he's pretty much down to earth.
I mean, Derek.
Derek seemed like he was down to earth, and they talked about the dog situation too. Mm-hmm. They both sleep with dogs, and now I thought was weird. You sleep with your roommate's dog.
Derek said, I got a roommate that has a dog, and I like the dog so much. The dog sleeps in the bed with me. To put my roommate comes and he has to call his own dog out of my bed.
Dog, that's weird.
But he likes dogs. Katie says she likes dogs. She's like, okay, good, well, because my dog sleeps in the bed with me every night. And my only concern, I'm a dog person. I like dogs. I'm not a sleep in the bed with your dog person. My husband likes dogs, but he's way more country than me. I'm a little bit country, so my dad was of the mindset that dogs go outside. In the country, dogs definitely go outside.
I love little dogs in the house, just not in the bed.
Yeah, he don't hardly want a dog in the house. But so I'm like, but my concern is I like dogs, but I'm like sleeping in the bed with a dog. I'm concerned about hair, like dog hair everywhere. I'm just like, so you sleep, you clean yourself before you go to bed. Probably you take a shower. I love that. But then you roll in there.
But they love animals. Look, but then you gotta keep the dog out when you want to get intimate. And so the dog
or maybe not.
Or maybe not. The dog watches. But anyway, they like dogs. So they don't mind sleeping with dogs. I just hope he don't bring his neighbor's dog, his roommate's dog with him. So they got a bed full of dogs. But anyway,
they did express concern that when they go back home, real life's gonna be kicking in, and so moving in with each other and trying to figure that out, being around each other 24/7. They tried to add a little rub there that Katie's like, I'm around Derek all the time, and I went in the bathroom, to take a shower. I thought, let me take a few minutes to myself, and he hopped in the shower with me. She was like, not in a bad way. She was just like, it's nice to be around him, but I still want to have some time to myself. And
again, communication, Doug. I'm about to go take a shower. I'll be back in a minute. You tell me you gotta hop in with me. What's your intentions while you hopping in the shower with me? You don't know what his intentions were. You know what I'm saying? So
clean. Duh.
Well, anyway, that's so maybe he wanted much more than that. So she needed some private time. So communicate. That's again. Give me a minute. I need some private time. We've been together. I'm still getting used to you. I love you, but again, give me some time to myself.
Yeah.
In this moment, even on this honeymoon and this trip. So give me some time to take a nap, do whatever I need to do, and be together. And we can be together. So Katie and Derek, they're learning each other, and we'll see some challenges when we go back home, because we saw in the preview, that the experts asked her about this kind of relationship with the guy.
She's still attracted.
She's still attracted to the guy, and and Derek was like, you
don't want to compete with an attraction to some old person.
So their honeymoon is almost over. When we're dealing with some of the issues, we didn't see many major issues on the honeymoon, but as we talk about going back home, this old boyfriend may rear his ugly head. Yeah, real life kind of kicks in. I just want to highlight real quick. We've been seeing in the last few episodes some sweetness, some sweet things coming in with some of the couples remembering what their spouse is like and stuff, and so. Katie said that Derek had mentioned the Panama Canal, and so they went to the Panama Canal. He was like, "Wow, I thought it was cool that we went to the Panama Canal because I always wanted to go there." And he said I didn't want to talk too technical, but it just kicked in his education, the field he's in. He was like his engineer. Oh, this, that, and the other. He want to share, but not overwhelm her. But I thought it was sweet how take into account. Oh, okay, we're here in Panama. My spouse talked about this. Let's go. Just doing sweet things and being more attentive than Zach. Yeah, being very more attentive than Zach, and we talk about sweet things, so it was good there. Backtrack real quick to Austin, talking about sweet things. Everybody must have these flowers and candles.
Listen.
Because she's like, where you get flowers and candles from? And I know people.
I know people. So this is what we think. So we think that Derek and Katie, once they finished with the rose petals, they passed them to Taylor and Brandon. And then what was left that wasn't in the bathtub,
Yeah.
He passed it to Austin and just.
And the producer's like, yo, we got flowers left. Look, let's save on the budget. We got flowers and candles left. Let's go ahead and pass these over to my man. And then my man was like, yo, Kim, we got any of those flowers left?
And everybody doing the same flower thing. I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at him.
He used the flowers, but at least he did, his wasn't a trail to the bathroom like everybody else. Room. His was underneath on the top of the table with little candles.
But it was cute for them because the other couples, they went out to eat.
They stayed in.
And they stayed in. And Austin, Austin had the flowers and the setup for it. He was like, don't come in yet. She's like, can I come in? And she came in and was like, aw. And, they talked about the tuna, the seafood. They're getting to know each other. He was like, I don't really care too much for seafood, but I'll eat it for you. Yeah. Already.
And let's go back to Zach and Mindy. Now we're at Zach and Mindy. We started with Zach and Mindy a little bit, giving you some tracks, but back to Zach and Mindy. They have dinner. They have dinner, and she basically flat out kind of said, you're not attracted to me?
Can we go back a little bit, but even before the dinner? Yeah. So when they went out on the boat, everybody's having fun in the sun and in the water, and Zach is over just doing his own thing, swimming, every hair in place, even though it's wet. He's over here, and Mindy's over here with everybody else, and they're like, where's Zach? Oh, there he is, over there.
He's physically there.
Yeah.
But his mind is like 50 million other places. He's not there whatsoever with her.
And like we said, he shared with the guys. I'm
in so many ways.
To build an attraction. Yeah.
Yeah, in so many ways, because even the guys don't understand. Like, dude, you're not attracted to it. Like Brandon's like, if I wasn't attracted to it, I'd be like, deuces all
oh my gosh, yeah. Brandon was like, that'd be it.
That'd be it.
If I'm not attracted to it, just forget it.
Just forget it. And then Derek was like, learn to grow to get the attraction.
Right.
It grows. It's much more. And then the experts chimed in too. That is much more. When they pick couples, they do much more than just physical attraction. Mm-hmm. We talk about Doug and
Jamie.
Doug and Jamie. She wasn't attracted to Doug
at all.
But look, they're one of the most successful marriages of Married at First Sight. Mm-hmm. So you look at that. It's not always physical with them. It's different attributes that people can do and attributes that people have. So they worked at a dinner. He talked about, she made the assumption that she wanted to have bigger breasts. He's like, nah, I didn't even put that on my sheet. She just feels like
because I don't mean to cut you off, but he expressed to her, I never had this problem with attraction. It usually comes easier than this. I don't know what to do, and he basically kind of asked her, can you help me?
Can you help me get attracted to you?
That's what she was like. What you want me to do? Get breasts in place? Like, how can I make myself more attracted to you? And really, he needs to be able to find some things. Okay, what does he like about her?
Other than the physical, I like her conversation. I like.
But she's not an ugly girl.
She's not. But he has to
just not his type, I guess. But
because she's not falling over him. Remember, he's a gym guy. He's
like
a body guy. He's an Instagram
like
model.
Keith and Iris.
He's an Instagram model. I'm sure all these fine women are always. He said, I didn't have to work this. He said it with the guys. People they throw themselves at him.
Yeah.
So the good-looking or the one that he thinks very attractive, when people are throwing themselves at you, you have a pick.
Mm-hmm,
you have the opportunity, the power kind of in your hands. You can select what you like. In this case, the experts pick something for you,
right? And
so it may not meet your attraction, but you guys' attributes and everything else align. Other than the fact that she looks a certain way that you like them to look.
Like you said, and I said it about Keith last season. He's not used to working for it.
Yeah.
He's not used to working for it. But I think that's also the reason why he got into Married at First Sight, because his picks haven't been the best. So, just work with it.
And so it's disturbed her so much that she called Dr. V.
She did.
That her and Dr. V had and I said again, I'm going to say it, I like they have access to the experts, mm-hmm. but sometimes I think the experts need to be there to see what actually is going on, so they can kind of have the couples together, and so they can get the input and the facial expressions. So she shared that he's not attracted to me. That's when Dr. V goes into the back. We didn't pick you guys because of the attraction, picked you because of these attributes, physical attraction, but we picked because of this, and gave her some kind of sense of reassurance. Like, look, this could be the guy. And he may not be, but we'll see how. I don't think he's the guy. I just think he's too caught up on himself.
Yeah.
And his feelings and his emotions to really attach himself to her.
And once again, and we're going to touch this real quick and then we got to move because we got one more couple to talk about. But Zach ain't wearing his ring neither. Oh, yeah. Man, these jokers are a trip. That's my word. These jokers are a trip. Yo, listen.
You can't.
You got your ring off already, and he basically chalked it up to I be forgetting. I'm not used to jewelry. I take the jewelry off. I'm sure he got to take it off to do his whole facial regimen and everything he got to do to his body, his hair, and maybe the ring gets in the way, so he takes it off so he can put lotion all over his body.
You see my face?
I know, but some people, believe it or not, I found out that some people treat a wedding ring just like it's a piece of jewelry. It may or may not fit my attire for that day. I remember watching some show where it was a lady like, my husband don't get caught up in my ring because he know I like to switch up. So if I have my ring on, I do. If I don't, as opposed to looking at this ring as what it is a symbol of our connection together. And this is us chaining us together. And this ring on my finger symbolizes that I'm connected to you, and it's not an if, and, or but about it. I wear the ring, whether I like it or not.
Good, bad, and different. But you're not. You haven't been married a week
and got the ring off.
That's my issue with Michael. That's my issue with Zach. You haven't even been married a week, and you're easily ready to slide this bad boy off and take it off.
Because you don't understand what it really stands for.
As a man, you have the conversation. You made the commitment. Again, you signed up for this show.
Right.
This is a show that you signed up for, and I hope you watched the show before you signed up for the show. Because
I wonder about some of these people.
Not just be on TV, because if you watch the show, you understand what it's about. So therefore, you know it's about marriage. Okay, I'm committed to this person for 8 weeks. My ring here. He had no reason. And so he didn't even say, oh, about my bad. Let me get it. I put it back on in the room. Or, that case. But to me, it seemed like it wasn't the first time that he didn't have his ring on. And he did it when they went on a boat. Other couples, see, like I noticed you hadn't had it on all day. Mm-hmm. Now, we at dinner now. You have been back to the room several times throughout that day. Mm-hmm. And you still don't have it on when we at dinner? BS.
Right.
His excuse is BS.
Yeah.
I'm going to call it what it is. You are a man, but you're not acting like a man. Be honest with the lady.
Right. I agree.
And ride the 7 weeks out mad at each other. I mean, not in a relationship. We've seen other couples do that. Like from day, no, we can't. This ain't going to work out. And they just roll the 7 weeks out and it is what it is. But to wear the ring.
Yeah.
And to make an excuse, oh, I forgot, I don't do jewelry. But you got your iWatch on though. You got your watch on.
Yeah.
So you can't. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Bunch of crap.
So you're trying to get used to it. But on to the last disaster.
I'm not.
They had some disastrous
moments.
Yeah. In this, I think Taylor and Brandon they woke up pretty good, but he was like again, he's not used to having cameras in his face. Oh, here I go, another morning, waking up with a camera in my face.
Oh, you're on TV. It's a reality show. You understand that it is a reality show. This is what you signed up for, Brandon. For real, though. Yeah. You signed up for this. It's cameras going to be there. Going to be production people. Going to be people that you don't know in your face all day long.
And that's why we said, it's like, surely these people that are going on this show have watched Married at First Sight. You know what time it is. You know what reality TV is about. There's going to be cameras everywhere. They're going to tell you, he said, I'm a private person. I don't like all these cameras. That's what, it's a show. It's a show, duh. And then he said, I don't like being told when and where to go and what to do and what not to do. He's having a struggle with that, but I'm sure they tell you this before it actually starts. I can't believe they don't.
What it boils down to, he doesn't like boundaries. He has a problem with boundaries. He has a problem with being told what to do in that sense. He can't follow. He can't function in that essence. He likes to be caught up in private to himself, even when it goes into the fact that she's always on her phone, Instagram posting.
Yeah, she took pictures on the boat. Take a picture of me. Right. I gotta post it.
That's food. Her drink. She's the millennial and who likes to post. He's not into social media. He's not into the whole social media thing that he said, but he and she's way into it.
Yeah, because he's like, she got a ton of followers. And she was like, well, I don't have as many as maybe some of my friends do. And he was like, she takes 8,000 pics, and she took a picture. Hold on, I want to take a picture of my drink, and his hands on the table. Can you move your hands? And he was like, I'm so over this. I take pictures of my food. I take pictures of my drink, because she said a previous time, oh, I like that you took a picture of your food too. And he was like, well, I did, but I do that for me. I don't feel the need to post every little thing I do. And he says, you know, I dealt with girls that had a big following on Instagram, and to me, they're just doing it for the likes. You know, they're just... I
don't like that. I told him I didn't want nobody who liked that.
Right.
And she's like, this is my outlet. This is how I relax and unwind, because I share my trips, which means she takes a lot of trips. I share my food, which means I go out to a lot of different places. And I'm not doing it for likes. I'm not an Instagram model. I'm not... And I'll be honest, she got likes because she's a pretty attractive young man. Young lady.
Yeah, because she was like, I don't know why I have so many followers.
Attractive young lady, and you probably your bathing suit, and a lot of these likes are guys who come there. To me, it seemed like Brandon has he's kind of intimidated by the fact that she has a lot of followers, and he had some of his insecurities that a guy may be sending something to her, and maybe try to communicate with her.
Well, he said that the girls he dealt with that did all the little Instagram stuff, they weren't real. Mm-hmm. It was like they try to make what they were doing, and we all heard of that. You know, people fluff their lives up on Instagram to make it look better than it is, and so basically that's what he's saying. And so I mean, it was a big deal to him, you know, all the Instagram stuff. And so then to fast forward, you know, I don't, cameras in my face, don't like being told what to do, when to do it. And here we go.
End of the night. End of the episode. Producer comes to Brandon, look, with time for us to film. He doesn't want to film. He like 10 minutes. She's like, no. Like, to me, it seemed like he has held them up long enough. Mm-hmm. That it's time to go, and held up. And what I did not like about that is that Taylor's kind of making excuses for him. And in a sense,
a little bit, yeah.
Let's not make excuses for him. Yo, he's a butt to this production crew, to this crew that try to document him, and he again signed up for it. He's been a butt. You making excuses? Well, let me go talk to him. But when she go talk to him, she makes it worse, because she talks about, you know, this is not the Brandon I like. I like the other type of Brandon. Oh, you don't want to be married to me? And he takes the ring, and she said he throws it at him, throws it at her.
Like, forget it.
Yeah, I don't want to be married no more.
I don't want to be married no more.
Let's go. Throw it off.
Because she already had this conversation about how she messed with not so nice guys, mm-hmm. and I like that you're nice and kind, and then here we come see the ugly Brandon.
Yeah, and
he was ugly. Homie with the camera was like, I'm just trying to do my job, bro. He was like, I just need 10 minutes. I'm going to get some water. And Brandy, as he called, Brandy was like, well, if you get some water, we going with you. We're documenting. Where you go, we gonna go.
He touched the cameraman's camera, which I do a lot of things with cameras, and I've been around a lot of cameramen. Whether it's different,
touch their camera.
Don't touch the camera. That's a big no-no when you're dealing with people with cameras. Don't touch their property. Don't touch their stuff. He puts the glass up. That thing could have went south real quick if he got the right cameraman. He
was like, well, I'm not going to get no water then. We're going to stand right here and hold the elevator up. And they were like, fine, we're going to record you holding the elevator up.
Childish.
Yeah, he was very childish, very immature. And after that, you know, we find out he doesn't pack his suitcase.
She packs it for him.
She packs it for him. She puts it on the bus. He gets on the transportation. F you, Taylor.
Dog, you tell your wife F you.
I'll cool down when I'm in DC. I'm tired of this you know.
I thought Jamie was bad when he called Beth. Well, I can't say that. Whatever he called Beth last year.
Right, and AJ. AJ was kind of bad, you know.
But AJ said that he never disrespected his wife.
Right. He said he didn't disrespect his wife. But, I mean, Brandon was terrible. And we're going to leave you with this. The one thing that I point out to my husband, I said, for all that Mika said about Michael acting different off camera than he does on camera, and to see them film Brandon act like a complete butt.
Not another word.
I said Michael must not be that bad, because we made a precedence now of recording your antics outside of the regular filming. Why haven't they caught Michael
acting like a butt?
Acting out of character.
Or faking.
I was like, come on, man. I said it can't be that bad then, because if they're doing it with Brandon, I think they would do it with Michael. Yeah. Especially since Mika brought it up.
And since she brought it up, she would try to catch Michael off camera being the opposite of who he is. And so I don't buy that as much as she says it. But I know Brandon acted like a straight.
Oh my gosh, an ace.
To I got another letter, but I'm not. But you know, so he acted out like a child again, a straight up child. You know, and she did well because I know in our relationship, I might have packed my own bags.
I promise you, I wouldn't have packed nothing. I wouldn't have packed nothing. If you need an inhaler, I don't care. I'm leaving it on the dresser. I'm leaving your medication.
Because I think this is what he does. I think this is what he doesn't understand. You're married, and this is for married couples. When you embarrassing or act like that,
oh my God,
you're embarrassing your spouse. You're embarrassing your relationship. Y'all one. You're embarrassing your children. Mm-hmm. And so that's where, as a man, you have to maintain. As a woman, you have to maintain. Don't be that person in public. And he was that person. I can imagine. They didn't show it, but I can imagine the people at that hotel was looking at him like, dude.
Good gosh, what y'all got this person up in here?
And this crew, they still got to film and they still got to do their work. So Brandon really was a piece of work in this episode, towards the end of the episode with him. And this is not the first time, because when she said it's not the first time that he's giving production a hard time.
Right.
About cameras and about filming and all that.
I'm like, dude, you signed up for it. You signed up for it.
Things you got to do. And I guess he didn't expect it to be this much. But again, he's dealing with anxiety. He's dealing with some other issues, in my opinion. I think Brandon got some other mental issues, challenges going on. Don't want to diagnose him, but he got some things going on that he needs to work. And then to add on top of that, alcohol, because every time we see Brandon, he has a glass.
Yes,
he has a glass in his hand. He has a drink. So you deal with mental issues, alcohol, and all that together, and you get what we got at the end of the episode.
Yeah. So it was a lot to unpack in this episode. Man, these 2 hours, it's hard to keep these 2 hours condensed. So sorry we went over quite a bit today, but it was a lot between Michael and Mika, and then that daggone Brandon. I told you something ain't right about that boy. Something ain't right about that boy.
But make sure you leave a comment in the comment section. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell notification. Make sure you share with a friend, whether it's on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. But also you make sure you check out our other show that we review, Family or Fiance. Oh man, we enjoy it. Can't wait till next week. The couples are back home, and we'll get to see reality back in DC.
Thanks for joining.
Bye.